Hey guys, Domino here. I wanted to do another video because I feel this one is really important. And I want to kind of throw my 2 cents into the mix. In terms of SOPA, aka the Stop Online Piracy Act. And this is, from my understanding, I'm going to kind of give you my spin, my understanding of what this bill is, what it's aiming to do, and why it's probably not good. For consumers, I should say. Bottom line, the Stop Online Piracy Act, from what I understand, my limited understanding, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a politician, I don't understand the technicalities of it, but the Stop Online Piracy Act, from what I understand, is a effort for, I guess, media companies, say the RIAA, the recording industry, the MPAA, the motion picture industry, that they want to be able to sue people that host copyrighted content, and it's clear that they're aiming at the torrent sites. It's clear that torrenting is the thing with the big bullseye on it here. They're trying to get these torrent sites shut down because up until this point, anyone that's familiar with torrents knows that. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Knows that basically, up until this point, torrent sites have been hiding behind this excuse. We don't host illegal content. We just index it. We're just a search engine. We don't host any of this illegal content, and they basically more or less facilitate illegal activity. I mean, they kind of know that they're doing it, but at the same time, they're hiding behind this notion of, you know, just because 99.9% of our users are searching for illegal content doesn't mean that there isn't somebody out there searching for grandma's cat videos or whatever legal content there is out there. And they've been hiding behind this, and for the most part, I think they've been pretty successful. I mean, the torrent sites basically have figured out that they can set up shop in foreign countries and continue to operate. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole thing about torrents. I'm not going to get into all of that. As far as I'm concerned, that's a personal decision that you need to make for yourself. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I do not have a problem with torrenting. I don't torrent illegal stuff, but I don't think that the technology itself is evil, as I think a lot of people would have you to believe. I don't believe that it's wrong. I think that piracy, in a lot of ways, is a response to the pricing systems that these companies are using. A movie company. Let's use, for example, a movie company. They release a film with Brad Pitt or something, or Tom Cruise, or Nicolas Cage. Yeah, let's use Nick Cage here. Okay, Nick Cage, he's a big actor. He's a big guy, but he releases a crap film. Right, so the movie industry, they cut up a trailer that shows Nick Cage blowing up stuff, punching guys in the face, and driving cars through fiery inferno storms, and people are fed up with seeing this and going into the theater and seeing a big bucket of crap. Okay, the movie makers know that they're releasing crap, but the thing is, by the time you figured out that it's crap, you've already paid money. You've already paid, your $8 or $9. And that's where I think a lot of people are pissed off with these media companies, because they're charging crazy prices for a lot of content which is crap, obviously crap. No one should be paying, $10, $12 to see a 3D version of The Lion King. No offense to The Lion King, but this is the kind of stuff that people are pissed off about, and this is what drives people to torrent and do without all that. Me, it's more of a quality issue. Back in the Napster days, when people were getting their music left and right, it was low quality. There's no quality control. It depends on the skill of the person ripping the music. And nowadays I prefer better quality stuff. I don't want to see uh, you know, a ripped version of the movie that's pixelated and all that and this and that. And that's some people, that's their thing. That's not my thing. I would rather watch it on Blu-ray on my on my laptop, or uh, you know, stream it on Netflix. That's just me. Okay, that's just me. I'm not saying that pirates are bad people. I'm not saying any of that. You know, I don't really care, to be quite honest. And if that makes me a bad person, then so be it. But I do not really, my heart does not go out for the million and billion dollar media companies that are whining and complaining about losing profit. I'm sorry, but I just can't even fake empathy for these people. But obviously, stealing is wrong. That's just the way it is. It's not a black and white issue, and I'm not going to try and simplify it into one. No, I don't think that it's as simple as walking into a record store and stealing an album. I don't. I think that kind of analogy is not really accurate, because I think there are a lot of more factors at play here. But that's not the point here. SOPA is legislation that basically wants to turn these media sites like YouTube and whatever into the police for them. They want to be able to, it's hard for them to catch Joe Blow who's uploading copyrighted music to YouTube, but it's easy for them to catch YouTube. Because YouTube is a huge company, they're out there, they're on the map. It's easy to get to them. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I just had lunch. So all right. Where was I? Okay. YouTube. Basically, YouTube is a big company. They're out there. They are just easier to catch than Joe Blow in his basement. And it's more profitable for these companies to sue a company like YouTube than it is for them to sue Joe Blow and take his meager house away from him, or whatever it is that there happens when you get sued by a huge record corporation like that. But this is basically going to turn places like YouTube and such into the police. They're going to be on top of their users, just like the RAA and the MPA, because they're going to be afraid of being sued. Okay, everybody's afraid of being sued. Nobody wants to be sued. I think if this legislation passes, it's gonna change a lot of what we take for granted on the internet, and I don't really agree with it. I don't really agree with it at all. I think that it's a matter of free speech. I think that there are laws already on the books, I believe, that protect people that want to make derivative works and review. I know that when you review something, you can't be sued for copyright if you're going to, talk about it, give your opinions and whatnot. I think that's perfectly fine. And I think these companies are ridiculous for pursuing people that are uploading things like gameplay footage or whatever, claiming copyright citations, because this is like free advertising for them. This is free advertising for these companies and their products. When they see somebody playing a playthrough of, a game, they're more likely to go out and buy it, if they like it. But what the companies are afraid of, bottom line, is that they can no longer release crap and fool people into paying $60 to go buy that crap because people are seeing it. People can Google or YouTube search a playthrough of a game on the internet and see within minutes whether it's crap or not. They can see. And the companies don't want you to be able to see. They want you to pay your $60 and basically have no clue what you're getting. And, this makes it... They've been doing this for years, They've been doing this for years. And I think it's wrong to consumers. I don't think it's fair to consumers. I think that it's, I don't think it it's fair to consumers to not know what you're buying or not be able to see what you're buying. And these companies aren't releasing demos as much anymore. So, like I said, that's my rant. Um, if you let me go down to this. Yeah, these are the legislators. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but these guys are basically behind this, and it looks like most of them are Republicans. Just saying, I'm not a political guy. I don't get political, and I don't care about politics. I'm not affiliated with a party. I could care less, but it looks like there's one side that seems to really be supporting this, and you know, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that entails. But it is what it is. So if you're voting in the next election, just I would barely keep that in mind. If you're voting on this issue, if this issue is important to you, I mean, it's important to me. You need to find out who's supporting this and not vote for them. I'm not telling you who to vote for, but I'm just saying, educate yourself and find out, what's going on here, because this is serious stuff. This is stuff that affects pretty much anyone that wants to make a video using anything that could be construed as copyright material. And it's just crazy the way that it feels almost like this was passed by people that don't understand how the internet works. And that's my spin on it. But I think that our legislators in this country are just crazy enough to make it happen. I think they would love to make it happen. And all they see are stopping piracy. Let's stop piracy, and let's stop these hooligans from stealing and whatnot, and this and that and this and that. And they don't understand that in this crusade they are trampling over the what I would call the freedom of speech of the internet. And that's my spin. That's how I feel. And if you disagree with me, go ahead and leave me a comment. We'll talk about it. We'll have a chat. Or not. Or we'll not have a chat. I don't know. You know what? I don't really get riled up about political issues, but I feel like this is kind of crazy. I feel like this is really crazy, and I feel like one side of our political party, one side of our two-sided political party is really in support of this, and I find it disturbing. I know there are a lot of companies in support of this. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like Viacom. That's a big one. But yeah, all these big companies are supporting this, and I just I don't think it's good legislation. I think it needs the wording changed. I think they need to have this looked over by somebody that understands the internet. I think they have this looked over by somebody that understands copyright law as it pertains in the online world. That's just my spin. And if you agree with me, please educate yourselves. That's all I'm saying. I'm not telling you to vote anyway. I'm not telling you to change the way you're thinking, but if this bothers you, educate yourself. Go read up on it, and the more you read up on it, the more disturbing it gets. So check it out. Check it out. I'm not really a political guy. I'm not really a person that really cares about that kind of stuff, but this seems like it affects a lot of people, and it just not really something I can get behind. So, if you are against SOPA or you think it's a bad idea, please leave me a comment below. We'll talk about it. We'll have a civil discussion, and educate yourselves. Go find people that also are against SOPA, like Google and whatnot, and use their services. Support people that support the same ideas that you do, and we can change this, I think. I don't believe that one person can change change all of this overnight, but I think that, if people gravitate towards supporting, companies and organizations which don't support SOPA, I think we might be able to send a message to the legislators that are trying to pass this. So, that's my spin. That's my view. That is my rant for today. Please subscribe. Please send me a message. Please leave me a comment. Please do whatever you want. I would love to hear from you. Thank you.